Yeah. 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 Stuff.
Hmm? Yeah. Thank you.
5:30, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Dataper,
Present.
Kuchar,
Present.
Yaris,
Here.
Holstein,
Present.
Doobie excused, and Anderson will be here shortly. And Ravish present.
Additions, deletions, changes to the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add item 7 to the agenda, closed session.
Okay. For attorney-client communication. Any other additions, deletions, changes? Not need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Support. Motion and support. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Community comments on the agenda items? Anybody like to address the board about the agenda at all? Or any of the items on it? Anybody? Okay. Thank you. Student Spartans. There she is right on top.
Okay, so we have our middle school and high school students of the month. Our middle school student of the month is Mason Oger, nominated by Jennifer Gilman. She said that Mason is so polite and fun to have in class. He is well liked by his peers and goes out of his way to be a great student. He is always the first one to wish me to have a great day. Your student of the month in the middle school, Mason Oger. And your high school student of the month is Rebecca Cabrera. Yes. Hey. All right, Rebecca, come on up. Perfect timing. Good. All right, as I was saying, our high school student of the month is Rebecca Cabrera. She was nominated by Megan Corky. And Megan said that Becca is always one of the first to volunteer to help out the band, whether it's helping out or helping set up a fundraiser or making sure the trombone section is in tip-top shape. You can always count on Becca to be there. Your student of the month for the high school, Miss Rebecca Cabrera.
Thank you. Sport and spotlight. Mr. Chamber?
Pinconning Central Elementary would like to express our gratitude to Blake Mirano for taking time out of his already full schedule of being dual enrolled, taking AP classes, participating in sports, being a member of the National Honor Society, and being involved with the school play to make additional time in his day to mentor one of our students. When Pinconning Central Elementary was looking for someone to be a positive influence in a student's life, Blake stepped up to the challenge. Some of the things Blake did include work completion, listening to the student read, reviewing for quizzes and tests, and just spending positive quality time together. Pinconning Central Elementary is grateful for young people like Blake who are willing to help others and give back to the school community. Congratulations to Blake Mirano for being a Spartan Spotlight recipient for April 2023. Blake couldn't be here tonight because he had a school commitment.
Thank you. Consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda and pay the bills for $1,134,773.54.
Motion and support. Any discussion on this? Just one thing, sorry, Chris or Catherine. Mr. Norgren's letter says resignation on it, as opposed to retirement, is that gonna make a difference?
Oh, with ORS or with his retirement paperwork.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because this letter said resignation, and I'm like,
The district is accepting it as a retirement.
okay, I just want to make sure of that. Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Bedifer.
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Yaris,
Yes.
Ravish, yes, Kuchar,
Yes.
6-0.
Thank you, motion carries. Communication, Mr. Kolchak.
Thank you, President Kuchar. Few things tonight. Want to start with our mental health night at 7 o'clock tonight. It's actually our first one that's specifically for Pinconning. I hope we have a nice turnout for that first night. We can still, I'm sure you can register up into the event, and it's on our Facebook. And I also sent an email home today that has the registration. It's anonymous for our parents, and again, it's only for our parents of Pinconning schools. So we hope to see a good turnout for that. 23-24 calendar proposal in your packet tonight. Very similar to last year, just a few small changes, like adding the Wednesday before Thanksgiving as a no school day for next year. And also keeping that snow day makeup, which is why we have school off this Wednesday, because we did not go over the limit. I really like having that in there just in case you go over, you got that little cushion in there. So that's nice, and we were keeping that in there as well. Any questions about that at all?
Gonna keep that on a Wednesday or move that to a Friday?
You know, we talked a lot about that, and there's some good reasons to have that near a weekend, and there's some bad ones. So we did talk about that. County tournament review. This is more of a congratulations to everyone involved in making our baseball and softball county tournament success last weekend. Parking lot was full, both sides of the gym. It was an amazing weekend. The weather, I mean, it was in the 80s that day, those 2 days. But the job that our maintenance did with getting the grounds ready, and Mr. Bycraft and our coaches, Mrs. Cecil, Miss Millman, working those 2 hot days, and they had some nice sunburns to show for it, being out there. But the compliments from fans across the county, you know, some of them was the first time at our facilities, because we're not in the same conferences anymore, and they loved it. You know, and the Booster Club being there, that it was amazing how many people thanked the Booster Club for being there, just to have those cold drinks and popsicles and things on those nice warm days. So it was great, and I just want to thank everyone for making that happen. And also Mr. Sanford, because it's crazy now that first day is Friday at 1 and 3 are the first 2 games, right when he's releasing, and we are releasing here. So there were about 20 minutes where it was a little tense with people trying to park for the games and pick up their kids, but it worked. It was teamwork by everybody involved, so that was great. Last week, the superintendents in Region 4 met in Bullock Creek with our state superintendent, Dr. Rice, and he gave kind of a similar speech that I've heard before on the top 10 and 10 topics, including preschool, wanting to get more preschool out there, similar to GSRP, but for 3-year-olds, looking at doing that. Talked about funding. One superintendent asked, you know, can we expect the nice increases we've had these last couple of years to the fund allowance? And he said, I wouldn't bank on that, you know, because things kind of level off, and we can't be assured that we're going to continue to get that nice amount of money. He talked about the teacher shortage and then eliminating the hurdles. We've already talked about this with accepting certifications from other states, trying to do that in some of the grow your own projects, including the Talent Together. We talked about that earlier in the year, and that is now, they're now registering people for Talent Together. And just a quick review of what that is: people that work in our school district that are not teachers, they can sign up for Talent Together and become a teacher at no cost to them, if they are an employee of ours. So it can be a parapro, it can be a secretary, it can be a bus driver. it's nice to have some credits under your belt already, which can decrease that amount of time. Otherwise, 4 or 5 years from now. But it's a very cool program, and I do have one employee who's already registered, so it's cool. And finally, last thing he talked about was literacy and some of the programs that are available for our teachers, some trainings over the summers, some different things that are really helping our elementary students with the literacy. And then the last thing for me is we were given a list of senior activities. I'm pretty sure Mr. Stonebeck has a lot to do with this. It's a nice list of all the things. I'm not going to give you all the information, but just what they are. The prom is coming up this Saturday. We have spring awards assembly, senior breakfast and walk, senior awards night, senior exams. Last day of school for the seniors is May 19th, and then graduation for the class of 23 is June 1st at 6:30. So this is now posted there. We got a busy next 4 or 5 weeks coming up, which is great. I mean, it's a great time of year, and we're excited for our seniors and all the success that we'll see at their award ceremony. That's me.
Any questions? Okay.
The Pinconning bands will hold a band recruitment night, which will take place on Thursday, April 27th, from 4:30 to 6:30 in the middle school gym. Middle school students interested in joining the band program are invited to attend to meet students already in the band program and to be fitted for the musical instrument. Spring concert and awards night will take place on Thursday, May 25th, from 7 to 9 in the middle school gym. All band students will be performing at the concert. Career Center trip. 8th grade students had the opportunity to visit the Career Center on Wednesday, April 19th. Students visited 3 programs of personal interest, participating in hands-on activities and asking questions of instructors and students. Esports. The spring esports season has come to a close. The Spartan Chariot Mario Kart team competed in the playoffs, advancing to top 32 teams in the eastern United States before being eliminated. The Spartan Spear Rocket League team also made the playoffs, advancing to the top 16 teams in the state before being eliminated. Gaming chairs were purchased using grant money and have been added to the esports room. A special thanks to you, Jay Boscourt, for assisting with the spending of the grant money, and to the PAS maintenance team for assembling the chairs. Student Council will be sponsoring the Spring Blood Drive on Tuesday, May 9th from 8 until 1:30 in the school library. Members of the community are encouraged to register for an appointment time at the Versity website. If the drive collects at least 23 pints of blood, Versity will donate a scholarship money to a graduating senior. Student Council will be sponsoring Spring Awards Assembly on Thursday, May 4th during the 2nd and 3rd hours. Student Council will be honoring spring athletes, members of class of 2023, and individuals who have excelled in extracurricular activities, school attendance, and community service. Elections for class officers for the 23-24 school year will take place on Friday. 37 leaders will be chosen through the election and the selection process to lead PHS to the upcoming school year. Foreign Language Day. 31 students from Miss Packy's Spanish class traveled to Foreign Language Day at Saginaw Valley State University on Thursday, April 20th. Some PHS students were presented with foreign language-based projects, while the majority viewed projects and presentations from high schools across the region. Kylie Overly earned first place for her poster, and William Fenwick earned second for his song. Saginaw Bay Youth Leadership. Senior Delaney Lever and Junior Jacob Stonebeck wrapped up their year-long participation in the Saginaw Bay Leadership Program, sponsored by SKSU. Both were honored at the year-end banquet, and Delaney Lever was awarded a $1,500 scholarship as a result of her participation in the program.
Great. Thank you. Reports from administrative staff.
I'd just like to give everybody a quick update on the non-consent agenda. You have the approval of bus purchase. After speaking with Transportation Director O'Hare, he got a call from the inspector letting him know that the school that we purchased from last year had some more buses available. And so he reached out to them and asked if they would be willing to hold one until tomorrow to see what his board's flavor was on purchasing that. He did want you to know that he has 2 buses that he'd really like to replace. One of them is an 07 and one of them is a 2010. that are on regular routes every single day, so he feels that this is an important purchase. I did reach out to the company that we do lease buybacks from to see if they would have anything coming available this summer. And he basically told me that if we were interested, we should probably put our name down now for next summer. So the availability is gonna be tough, so. Any questions on that bus purchase? All right, thank you.
Other administrators?
Yes, I provided a packet for the board, everybody should have a copy. A couple of things, Jacob did a great job mentioning a few of them. One thing that I'm working on is getting a speaker for next fall. Former UFC fighter Charlie Brennan, he now comes around all over the country to speeches on bullying and dating and a bunch of other issues that teenagers are having. So looking to get him locked in for the fall. I think it'd be a great way to start off the school year, and bullying such a big issue right now that I think that we need to start the school year out like that next year. So we're working to get him to come into the building next year. On one of your pages, you have M-Step testing days. Today we did 6th graders, last week we did 8th graders. 6th graders should be finishing up tomorrow, and 7th graders will go next week for M-Step. So you have that schedule in your packet. Last week we honored our Jack Pine All Academic Team at the Riverwalk Hotel in Gladwin. Our first team members were Delaney Weber, Skylar Johnson, Jesse Newby, and Laura Millman. And our second team was Michaela Socha, Jasmine Johnson, Carson Moore, and Braylon Sheen. And there's a picture of us, not very good one, so there's a picture of us at the event. Jacob talked about the SCP leadership banquet, which was a really great thing to go to with all the other surrounding schools. A lot of fun. I think Pinconning was having a good time, and Jacob was the leader in illustrating the dance choreography at the end of the banquet, which I do have on video, so if you'd like to see Parent advisory has been meeting regularly, and I know we have parents that can talk about that. But if any of the board members would like a copy of the board or that agenda to just kind of review some of the things we're talking about, I'd be happy to share that with you. So just shoot me an email. Student advisory, we're meeting as well. We're meeting this week to talk about important topics to students that can affect the school. So I want to get their input and use some of their ideas and thoughts to make some positive change. As well as teacher advisory committee that we're doing this. As Mr. Walter said, May is an extremely busy month, and I provided that schedule that he talked about, that Mr. Stonebeck made in your packet, so all those senior dates are in there, if you were up to the other time. And then graduation, I sent out a reminder to parents when graduation was at June 1st day at 6:30, and we've had a couple good years of the football field, so we are hoping that good weather can continue. We do that again. Thank you.
Kyle, for the graduation, I know participation from the board members, you want us to be at the office like 6 o'clock, is that early enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and then if you don't have a cap and gown, call the office, let Andy know so we can get those, if you wanna do that. So we get the right colors and stuff for your university credentials if you have them. So, all right, thank you. Any other questions for Kyle at all? Mr. Sanford?
Yes, at elementary this Friday. Some Rotary members will be coming by and giving seedlings to our 5th graders. Also on May 3rd, preschoolers from GSRP program and Head Start will be coming to visit kindergarten classrooms. And May 15 is GSRP graduation.
Thank you. Any other administrators? All right, Spike Committee? We met, let's, on the 13th. The upgrades to the lights in the parking lot are now LED. There's some upgrades for consumers on that, payback of our balance, will be 2-year payback on savings for
I have not been here at evening to see the difference, Mr. Walchuk.
I've seen it at the dusk time. I've seen them come on, but not in the not in the dark. It gets dark later now. But yeah, I've seen them on. They look good.
Yep. So that, we had some hazard concerns out there with the old lights, that should address that. Warehouse pavement, we met and discussed that project again. We were thought that we were gonna approve that today as a board, but the numbers aren't in, so we'll have that for the next board meeting.
Yeah, I actually did get an email today, late today, and all it said was just add 5% to what we had last year. So I had it was just this afternoon, so I haven't looked at it, so we'll have that ready for the next time to see where we're at.
The scope of that project is the north side of the warehouse, the southwest door, and then we're not gonna do the gravel in between, because there's no place for the ladder, so that's gonna remain.
We did talk about putting more aggregate in there, or drainage and build up and get rid of the potholes and, yeah, to build that up to make it more water friendly.
So we did discuss possibly asphalt, and that's
Yeah.
not feasible. The third item we talked about was the cross-country nature trail on Forest Township. That logging is complete, and they're working on getting bids to complete the parking area for that project. And the plan is to use strictly grant dollars for that project, and the logging dollars. And the last thing we reviewed was the Hendricks walkthrough. That was a very thorough presentation by Hendricks. His projections for our costs to repair the buildings over the next 10 years. They're not prioritized at this point, it's just a la carte menu. So we directed Andy to maybe get back with the Hendricks Corporation so we can get some more information as far as what all that entails. That's it. Any questions?
Thank you. And I see the policy committee also met.
Yes, we reviewed the policy updates that are in the back of your board packet. We did not have any to highlight for the rest of the board to read. They are simply changing words as his or her to they, and taking out some of the smoking and going to vapor, as including vapor in all of that language. So more grammatical changes than any policy changes. Yeah. And if you anybody have a chance to review those, if you have questions at any time.
Thank you. So, Ms. Holsey, that was your first policy meeting. Did you find that absolutely invigorating? They give it out ahead of time.
You do not have to lie.
You're supposed to give that out ahead of time so you have some sleeping material.
Yeah.
Well, it's important stuff, so put your rookies on there. I don't know why you requested it, but I was happy to put you on.
Yeah, it was a blast.
All right, the non-consent agenda, please. We have the first reading of the Neola policies.
I'll move to accept that first reading.
We have motion and support. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I must have missed the bus. Do you have a proposal for that, or? Okay. Oh, we'll go with that.
Well, it's right, it's just on the agenda.
Oh, okay. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the bus with undesignated funds and at a cost not to exceed $40,000.
Support.
motion and support. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Bedford.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Holstein.
Yes.
Yaris.
Yes.
Rabish, yes. Duty, or excuse me, Kuchar,
Yes.
6-0.
Thank you. Motion carries. Public comments. Anybody like to address the board?
I'll make it quick.
All right, I was gonna say, I can give you 4 minutes, or if you need longer, we can do you.
You can do it under discussion items.
Okay, we'll just leave it
I know you don't have to be rushed in case they have a good conversation going like policy committee. Ms. Bauer,
I'll take my 4 minutes.
good, that's all I'm gonna give you.
I would like to speak on behalf of the parent committee, the Parent Solutions Committee that was, well, we reconvened, I mean, we started last year, but reconvened this year. We're kind of getting the ball rolling with some things. The major theme is communication, so we're trying to kind of brainstorm some ideas for improved communication between parents, the district, teachers, students, those types of things. So, we have already kind of started to get some volunteers to get some extra eyes and ears in the building for teachers to help with copying and to have some extra, I guess, hands on deck. We've talked about adding some things for communication for the email, and I know Mr. Woodruff has already sent out an email, doing like a month ahead, like this is what this month looks like. What do you call it? Can you post? Yeah, and that was received really well. Gives just kind of an overview of what's happened and what's going forward for the next month to be looking forward to. We've also discussed some items to add to the website for the high school, middle school page, some additional resources so we can have one landing page instead of we have this Facebook page, that Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, email, children's word of mouth announcements. It'd be nice to have everything on one landing page. So it seems to be going well. We've had a lot of feedback, a lot of good discussion. So be prepared to see more, I think, come out of that.
Great.
On another note, let me shift gears. I just wanted to make a comment in regards to some community discussion in regards to the time of the board meeting. I know it was recently voted to back the board meetings up to 5:30. Which I don't know if you've noticed the decline in attendance from people that would normally be here. I know today we have a really good turnout, but there are a lot of people concerned with that because a lot of people do work until 5 and not in Pinconning, so to get here is really difficult. The 7 o'clock meeting time was more convenient for people to kind of, again, not be at every meeting, but to have the ability to be here to keep updated on things. I know it was changed, and we all know it was changed for reasons, for convenience, for the board and staff and administration. But it has been mentioned that, I'm trying to think of how to say it, as leaders for us and community, advocates for us, and we need to know what's going on too and be available to those meetings. So if it's something that can be reconsidered to move that time back, I don't know if it's possible, but just keep that on the agenda and in the forefront of your mind that people are struggling with the 5:30 time and they want to be involved.
Thank you. You even had a minute to spare. That's good. Anybody else? Public comments? Okay. Move on to the discussion items, and you're most welcome, sir. Thanks for.
I'm Coach Brazzo, Jason Brazzo. I started the powerlifting team 4 years ago now. Back then, the kids were always looking for a reason to lift, but there was never a coach in there. So it was kind of easy to decide, hey, there's powerlifting out there, and I looked it up. It's been around for longer than I even knew. So we started a team, and now I have another coach, Josh Ballard, and Coach Vandenboom back there, and I got a couple of the kids representing us tonight. So the cool thing about powerlifting is it can involve 7th through 10th graders at the JV level. You cannot move up. There's no moving up to varsity. If you're 7th through 10th grade, you're automatically on that JV team. Kind of keeps everybody, at good competition, right? So over the past, we've had at least 2 people go to states every year for the past 4 years too. So we're really making a scene. We're coming on. We're coming up, and it's one of the largest growing sports in high school right now. Like it's almost hard to get in a competition to meet now. So it's a really cool sport. It includes squat, bench, and deadlift. The other things we go over with the kids though too is nutrition and, health and all kinds of stuff that, can help you throughout, just life and playing sports in high school and if you want to continue on playing sports. So we kind of cater to what sports they're going to, like their secondary or their first sport, like maybe basketball or baseball. So we kind of use those weightlifting techniques that can help that out too. So these kids can progress. I would like all the kids to. I think if you're in a sport, you probably should be lifting weights to strengthen yourself, to keep from getting injured and stuff like that. But other than that, I put some stuff in here for you guys to show you how we're communicating with other schools, what other schools do to support their kids. I showed pictures of, they put JV medals up, they put varsity stuff up, they support the whole thing for the weightlifting clubs and all these other schools. We talk and work with other schools just on our weightlifting programs, and I also talk to Davenport University coach. They have a powerlifting coach, and I kind of work with him on programs too. So, we're kind of going in the right direction with these kids. That said too, we had made up some banners also to support these kids. I know there were some questions because there was JV on it. But our idea is just to put these in the weight room too, to support these kids as they come up. These kids have goals then to look at. What are the other kids doing? What goals can we do? How can we get better? Whether you're on the JV team or the varsity team, we want to make sure these kids are supported. So, hopefully in the future we can get these banners up for these kids just in the weight room. It's not for anybody else, it's just for setting goals, showing these kids, what can be accomplished by girls and boys. Because it's a growing sport for the women too. It's a huge deal. We have great girls. We had our 2 girls in state for JV this year, and we got, I think we got, as a team, and we only had 2 girls in it, and as a team we got like 12th place because they did so well in states. So, we really want to support all these kids. We want to support all the other sports and work together with them. And it's just very important to us, And if you guys have any questions about it, because it's a different sport than anything else based on how things work. As a freshman, you could make varsity, but you can't in powerlifting. It's not possible. So I do want to tell you, we do hold some state records. Jasmine, who's here tonight, Rado, for the 95 or 97 pound division, has state records that can never be broke again because that division is now deceased. They took it away. So it's a pretty cool thing. Pinconning will always have a record at the 97 pound division at the JV level. So
Did you typo that? She lifted 175. She lifted 175.
that's squat. Yeah. Yeah.
240 deadlift.
Yeah. And this year she did even more. She went up to, what did you get this year, 185? She squatted 185 this year and deadlifted 245. So, and also Grace Fowler, who isn't here, she went from, I think, 3rd place last year, 4th place last year in states with an overall 600 pound lift with all 3. So this year she gained 40 more pounds. So she's at 640 this year. So, yeah. The girls are tough. I'm telling you. Right now, our girls are tough. Only getting tougher.
What's your season?
Our season, so basically starts in November, meets start in December, and they go all the way through March. But basically, lifting is pretty much year round. We want kids, if they're not in another sport, we want you in the weight room doing something.
Are you a supporter or a club?
We are a club. We are a club as of now. And I think I put it on there, Michigan High School Powerlifting Association. You ever want to go to their website? They have all the rules, all the regulations. There's a lot of rules to it. They have commands. The kids get out there, they have to wait. They got the rack on the back there to squat. They gotta wait till they say squat. Go down, come back up, and you gotta wait again, rack it. So you gotta hold it. They gotta show that they can compose themselves, hold the weight, and, control it. Yeah. But if you guys ever have any questions, I should have put my email on there also.
But we can get a hold of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. But if there's any questions, if you guys want to ask any of our other coaches any questions, I I just came here just to, let you guys know what's going on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys, I appreciate it.
I just want to make a quick comment. I've been working with these gentlemen in the past 2 years, and just the amount of support that they give the students, and it's not your regular sport as far as you're working with the team. It's individuals. Everybody's working to just improve themselves, and just the encouragement that they do is awesome.
I was gonna ask you how much you got left, Cheryl.
Hey, she,
Old lady need.
what'd you say?
I did bench. I got my own personal record this year. I had 105 on bench press.
I'm still not gonna mess with this.
He bench pressed 400 pounds for his 40th birthday.
Holy Kyle, what you doing? I don't think I'm maxed out at 250. Jeez. All right, thank you very much for the information. I'm glad you're doing this and giving another avenue for the kids to succeed and experience and broaden themselves. So very, very appreciative. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Other discussion items from the board? Any? Right, if not, we have one more thing on the agenda here, number 7, closed session. Attorney-client. Motion and support. Any discussion? Roll call vote on that, please.
Bedifer,
Yes.
Yaris, Anderson,
Yes.
Holstein,
Yes.
Ravish, yes, Kuchar,
Yes.
6-0.
Thank you. So that concludes our business here. We'll go into closed session, and once we get back into open session, we'll just be adjourning. So thank you again for coming out and speaking, sharing.